Hola everyone and welcome to Open. I'm Rhina Valentin, your host of Café con Leche every Friday. Here's what's coming up in today's show. First up, we're joined by visual artist Nick Edward Wooley, whose new exhibition Un Verano in Nueva York, Les Couleurs de la Caraïbe, Elle Mare Tet, is shining a light on Caribbean migration, cultural memory, and the power of the head wrap. After that, the actress, model, bodybuilder, and author Cynthia Manion stops by to talk about reinvention after 60 and empowering women through fitness, fashion, and fiction. And later on in the show, we're joined by the creative force behind Be Brave by S.K. Wilbur, a purpose-driven fashion brand infusing comic book art with Black heroism to inspire youth nationwide. And lastly, this week's Open Artist Spotlight shines on singer-songwriter Saay Park, who's bringing Bronx-fueled emotions and smooth R&B to the studio with a performance at the end of the show. So sit back y prepárate. All this and more is headed your way because now we are officially open. Hey everyone, and welcome to Open. I'm Rhina Valentin, your host of Café con Leche, for the next hour, inviting you to get social with us online. That is, tweet us and follow us on Instagram at BronxNet TV or like us on Facebook at Open BronxNet Television. And of course, don't forget, while you're there, follow me on FB, Instagram, Insta Stories, Threads, and LinkedIn at Rhina Valentin. We begin today's show with our first guest, a brilliant visual artist whose new solo exhibition just opened at El Barrio's Art Space in East Harlem, titled Un Verano in Nueva York, Les Couleurs de la Caraïbe, Elle Mare Tet, celebrating the legacy of Caribbean women through portraiture, color, and the symbolism of the head wrap, the Mare Tet. Here to share more share the inspiration, behind the work and what it means to celebrate cultural memory through art. Please welcome artist Nick Wooley, and thank you so much for the quick tutorial on how to speak French. How'd I do?
You did amazing, actually. Perfect French.
I love it.
You can pretty much speak French now. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I love it. I love that, you know, in my occupation, I get to learn new things right here in the Bronx. And congratulations on your opening.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Now, I love this concept of the language blending, right? The blending of the language and obviously representing the Caribbean. So talk to us a little bit about the inspiration behind the title first,
okay,
and then we could talk about the exhibition itself.
All right, it's quite simple. I'm from the Caribbean. I grew up there. And
what island?
Hispaniola.
Okay.
I grew up in Haiti.
Okay.
And there's a pretty famous artist from this small island next to us called Puerto Rico. His name is Bad Bunny.
Yeah.
And he has an amazing song. It's called Nueva York,
right,
and part of it says Un Verano en Nueva York.
Right.
So the whole idea of him is like to bring the Caribbean together and celebrate culture and show the impact of the Caribbean and the U.S., especially in New York. So I just wanted to blend the Spanish with the French and even the Creole to show the diversity of the Caribbean and the impact.
I love it. It's
yes,
really a matter of showing the similarities, right,
exactly,
within our differences. One of my favorite things to say all the time is like, you know, here's to celebrating the similarities within our differences.
That's a great way to put it, actually, because at the end of the day, we're all the same. We might be different, but we're all the same at the end of the day.
Yeah, it's a matter of seasoning. It's a matter of seasoning. It's a matter of, and language, right?
Exactly.
We have different languages, but we say the same thing, right? So I love that you're paying homage to Bad Bunny. I'm Puerto Rican, so yeah. Woo-hoo.
Boricua.
Puerto Rico, yeah, Boricua all the way. But more so than that, it's just, again, just showing the importance of us coming together and uniting, because we need that now more than ever, right?
Exactly.
And so let's talk about the head wraps and why, you know, within the culture itself, we know that the head wraps represent like this queendom situation of like being the queens of their queendoms and just protecting the crown of our head.
Exactly, the sacral chakra. The thing is, like, I remember my grandmother, like, she used to wear this specific head wrap, made her look like very like regal, very like une dame, like a lady, and also powerful. She was like the connector in the family, right? And also, I dig through history, and I found that during colonial era, especially the Spanish era, women that are enslaved were like forced to wear a head wrap, so to speak, so they do not like attract the masters and so forth. So now it has changed and evolved into something more like a powerful and connection and culture and strength and protecting your crown in that sense. Yes.
That's interesting,
Yeah.
all right? And so there's a historical component to your exhibition. So
Yes.
I know we showed some images, but what are some of the images that people can expect to see related to what you just shared?
Yeah, well, obviously, like, there's a portrait of Bad Bunny. There's one of a few friends of mine. There's one of Alicia Keys. It's different. There's one of Baina Bello. She's from Haiti. She's very involved in culture. And there's one of Cardi B. She's from the DR, and so forth. Many other people. Yes.
And so why portraiture?
I just love the human face. You know, I feel like us as human beings, we're like the perfect masterpiece of the creator. So the facial expressions and so forth is beautiful. And I've been drawing my whole life. And I just like drawing faces and shades. That's all. Yeah.
And so you already mentioned your grandmother, right? And
Yes.
And the rap and the regal feeling behind serving as the matriarch of the family,
Exactly.
right? So. I think it's a beautiful gesture, and I love when I come across individuals who understand, you know, the grounders of the family, and honor them in that capacity.
Of course, yes.
Right, but now you've also modernized it and made it like kind of relevant to today's day and age.
Exactly. So basically, I try to make it more blend, more mixed media. So it's with acrylic and pencil graphite on canvas pad. So also, I do have a few like portraits, and I do enjoy taking photos and different sizes. So yes, exactly.
So how was your opening?
It was great. Great turnout. It was fantastic. Live music by my wonderful friend Natsi from Reunion Island, and DJ Kosh also. And a big shout out to the people that helped me also. Manny Hernandez, Rolinda Ramos, El Barrio Art Space. And the opening was on July 9th, and the closing will be on July 27th. And also, lastly, a big shout out to my sponsors, Oyate Group, Nourish, Creole Image, and Rebel.
Beautiful.
Yes.
And so how many images do you have on display?
Oh, I went all out, actually. 48.
48?
Yeah, 48. Yes.
Wow.
Yes, yes.
Oh, yes. I cannot wait to visit this exhibition. And so
Yes.
are any of them up for sale?
Yeah, they're all up for sales,
They're
actually.
all up for sale. No, not every artist, you know, displays their work for sale. I mean, I don't know why, but I would think the idea is to give it homes, no?
No, that's the thing. Like, I do want to create things to the creator, but also at the same time, I do want to share. So if I see someone have it with them, it brings me joy also.
All right.
Yeah.
And so, you know, in unifying the Caribbean in this way through the arts and engaging in these conversations of just really, like we just discussed, with modernizing it and bringing it up to the times, putting the faces of individuals that are recognizable during these times, but yet marrying it to our ancestors. What do you hope for the next generation to leave with?
Oh, that's a great idea. That's why I like some of the people I portray. You can see Rosa Parks. You can see Maya Angelou. And I just wanted the next generation to see the importance of history, of people that paved the way for us, and celebrate us as human beings. And we're all connected and value themselves as people.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's actually going to be the theme of today's show because one of our guests is also in that same like mindset of like, you know, we've got to make sure that we're seen and represented within our own storyline, within our own narratives, within our own community. And so art is obviously a wonderful vehicle to, I want to say, entice and invite individuals to just pique their curiosity.
Yes.
Yeah.
I agree.
And so, on that note, before we wrap, is there anything you want to share with our viewers behind your exhibition that we didn't discuss?
Let me think about it. Well, the thing is, the number 48 actually is it's in connection with my father, who passed away at the age of 48 also. So there's a correlation with that, and I feel like us from the Caribbean, we have to stick together, one Caribbean, and show the importance of our impact in the U.S., especially in New York, also globally. Yes.
That's beautiful. There's a lot of symbolism in everything that you do. I notice just taking in
Yes.
everything is really meticulously thought out.
Yes.
And then lastly, there's the unifying and considering like we're dealing with this sense of feeling displaced within our own country.
Yes, especially today with what's been happening, without getting into much more detail. So yes.
So please, just before we wrap up the segment, just share with everybody why it's important for them to come and experience your artwork, your 48 pieces on a wall that have these pop culture individual faces, but yet have you're communicating ancestry and the importance of just recognizing our roots.
Yes, exactly. It's very important to recognize our roots, and please, I would urge the folks to come and visit the 48 Pieces. It's a celebration of the Caribbean diversity, and also piggybacking on what Bad Bunny's has been doing, a celebration of what it means to being an immigrant also in the U.S. or a second generation, you name it, or even a third generation. So, and yeah, that's the whole idea. Come and take a look. It's open until the 27th, and we're actually going to have a Q&A on Wednesday the 16th also. So if you want to see a more private tour and so forth.
Wonderful.
Yes.
Well, we thank you for bringing it here. Nick, Edward, Wooley, everyone, thank you once again. Un verano en Nueva York, le couleur de la Caraïbe, et les marais Tiet is on view through July 27th at El Barrio Art Spaces. El Barrio Art Space, which is located at 215 East 99th Street in East Harlem. For more information, you can follow Wooley Nick Art on Instagram at Wooley Nick Art. All right, stay tuned. There's more open when we return.
Thank you.
everyone, and welcome back to Open. Our next guest is on a mission to show women that reinvention does not stop at 60. She's an author, actress, model, bodybuilder, and the host of the Cynthia Manion Show, which features conversations on fitness, femininity, and finding purpose at every stage of life. And joining us to share her story of resilience and transformation, please welcome the fabulous Cynthia Manion. Hello.
Hi.
And welcome.
So much for having me.
Thank you for being here.
This is fabulous.
Thank you.
I'm so glad to be here at Open.
Yes.
So share it out, like it now.
So I got to tell you, you really are an inspiration, and I'd love for us to have a conversation and just kind of bring it back to when you won Mrs. New York in 1993, and what that journey has been for you in rediscovering, right? Because this is a field where it's all about youth, looks, and being fit, right? Which obviously you kept that part, right? The other part you can't help, right? Because we age. That's part of our law of nature, right? So I want to talk about the psychological aspect of that, like reinvention, in what inspired you to make sure that you remain in this field of empowerment and recreation?
Well, you know what? Start at the end. What do you want your life to look like? Do you really want to be a couch potato sitting there? No. You want to have an exciting life. It's getting more exciting every day. There are so many things at your fingertips. We live like kings and queens right now. So you go, okay, what's my legacy? What do I want to do? And go, where am I now? Where do I want to be? Take one piece of paper, write 250 things really be honest with yourself. Like, who am I? What am I good at? What am I not so good at? What do I love to do? What do I not so much like to? What do I need to clean up? What can I do to be better? Then write down who you really want to be. 250. You got to work on it. And then go, and then you see the pathway. And sometimes it goes like this. And you just go, and you've got good people in your life and bad people in your life, but you learn from everybody. And you go, well, I can take that, and I know that I don't want to be like that, so I'm not going down that path. And there's so many great people to inspire you. I have them on the Cynthia Manion Show all the time, and you learn something from every single person. You learn something from every single person just walking into the Open studio. Open arms, willing to help, be kind, open the door. Life is really a gift to us. And every day I wake up in gratitude. And today I'm like, yes, I get to be with you on the Open. I'm like, yay!
I'm excited that you're so excited. And I love this concept of 250 words, right? Because the reason I asked from a psychological perspective is because right now, collectively, we're all going through transitions, and there's a pivot in our mere existence, and it's trickling down to industries, and it plays on the psyche, right? I mean, let's just even get past the fact that we all survived the pandemic, right? And so now here's like another layer, and then there's the aging process, and then there's also the how do we keep going with that thought in mind of what do I want my legacy to be? And so because you actually have become an author, you have a podcast, and you're obviously a speaker and an empowerment speaker. If somebody were listening right now and you are in your age bracket, right? What would you say? Let's talk about how long it took you to get to this place and really come to terms with the fact that I could do this, I could do that, and I could keep going, because it matters. It matters because I think we get to a certain age and then we start questioning, like, well, this is what I created for myself.
Yeah, and guess who's in charge of that? You are.
Right.
You are.
Yeah.
Yes. You have to start when you wake up in the morning. And waking up, you probably had to set the right going to bed to make sure you do that.
Right.
Sleep, 8-9 hours. Got to stop squinching on it. You can be so busy, but if you organize your time and you figure this out and you plot it out, you can utilize your time. You get 8-9 hours sleep. I didn't make it today, but then you sit and be grateful. I start at my toes, actually, and I work all my body parts up, and you go, water, drink a couple glasses of water before I even get out of bed, and just take a deep breath and go, what are the 3 things that I can do today? Just 3 to take 1 degree better than I was yesterday.
All right.
Those 3 things. And then you cross them off, and you just keep building on it, and your day, you're like fired up because you were in such a hurry to get those things, and you're like, it's exciting. I wake up excited every single day.
That's awesome, right? So I'm a meditator myself, so I understand the importance of being with self in that capacity and really honing in on transcending as you start at the top of your day. But I think really what I'm trying to tap into is all that you've accomplished and the way you've accomplished it, right? Prior to getting on air, aside from these books, which I'm looking forward to reading, if I would have received them prior, I would have been able to talk about them a little further. But I love the concept of you doing a love letter to the ocean and the actual series itself being referred to as Savannah Seas, right?
Yes.
And then I understand that you're actually doing the voice of the audible version of it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
So time, right? So we're talking about that. We haven't even tapped into the fact that you do physical development and that you're, a yogi, and how you've competed in physical fitness as well. So this is what I'm talking about. It's like, okay, how do you allocate the time to make sure that you're devoting whatever commitment you have to yourself in a way that it's kind of like, well, this is the next chapter, not just accomplishing the task. This is the next chapter.
And it's the joy of going through the next chapter. So you decide what you're going to be. And sometimes you don't even know. I have coaches and mentors, and I go, wow. And you surround yourself with the best people who know stuff like you. And you go, okay, I want to be like you. Boy, she's really organized. She practiced her words. She knew her French. She was here. She looks stunning. She has the open. She's got a wonderful staff. She's on top of it. What can I glean from this? Wow. Yes. I need to get this done, this done, this done, and this done. Maybe I'll ask for her advice. Maybe she'll say, hey, and then you just take this information and you put it in as a pearl of wisdom that I'm gifted from you, and it becomes part of your DNA, and you put your spin on it, and my next Cynthia Manion podcast will be even better. In fact, I'm having Crystal Dwyer Hansen on, Mark Victor Hansen's wife, on next Wednesday at 7 p.m. on the Cynthia Manion Show. Available everywhere if you want to catch it.
Yes, we got to mention that.
Open.
Absolutely. No, it's all good. No, we have to cross promote.
But it's so fun. It's so fun. And like the voiceover that you mentioned, I was in acting class with Glenn Morshower, and I told him that I hired a male to do my book. And he said, why? And I said, because I want to get my book done, and I want it on Audible. And he said, but Cynthia, you have a beautiful voice. I went, I do? Who knew? I'm like, okay. So then I didn't want to let my word down since I had hired him. So I said, okay, you'll come and do all the male parts and the narrator. And when we got into the studio, Tom Philmargo said, wow, you have a great voice. Tom, you do the male part. Cynthia, you do the narrator, the prologue, and all the voices. And now I'm taking voiceover.
Right.
And I'm getting ready to do Savannah Seas with Jeffrey because I'm keeping the same.
Right.
In August in the studio in New York.
Right.
And you just go, okay, so now I had a voiceover person on my show.
Right.
So I learned some tidbits from her. I have Tom, and so then I learned some, and then you just open your ears, and then anything you decide on, it could be anything. It's amazing. You just start seeing it everywhere, and your ear picks up. So anything that you do, if you decide that you like Dalmatians, you will see a Dalmatian everywhere when you haven't seen one or noticed one in years and years.
Right.
It's just where your focus goes, your body goes, your mind goes, and you can make it happen by just going, okay. And then you got to allocate the time.
Yeah.
You can't be all over the place.
Right.
So you got to go, okay, from, I do it from 2 to 3 on Thursdays is my voiceover time. And then at 3 o'clock on Fridays, I work with Jeffrey and we're reading Savannah Seas. So we go and practice it, and we go back and forth so that when we walk in that studio, our characters are fleshed out. You do the notes, you do the homework. The joy is in the process.
Right. That is where the joy is.
Yes.
It's not in the destination.
Yes.
It's in the process.
Yes.
And that requires being present.
You almost don't notice when you win because you're just like, oh,
right.
that's nice,
Yeah.
cool. Now I get to meet more people and do more stuff. And I'm so excited.
That, just everything you just shared was so helpful, right? So I took some notes because really what you referenced with regards to allocating the time is, for anybody who's an entrepreneur, right? This is how you apply yourself in an organized manner. And then there's the discipline of honoring that organized manner in which you created within whatever your time schedule is, right? If you're going to do this between this and this time, and you only have yourself to be held accountable, you have to honor that, right? Which is the integrity. And then there's the mindfulness, which is really the base of everything that we're discussing, which we talk about all the time on the show. Because if you're not operating with a certain level of mindfulness, you miss out on what's happening in the present moment. And you also are going to miss out on the messages that the language of the world is presenting, which is what you were referring to when we talk about the Dalmatians and thinking about Dalmatians, and then all of a sudden having Dalmatians appear out of nowhere.
And you can't get out of your mind now.
Yeah.
And just saying yes to the possibility. You have to say yes and go, and listen to the little voice. The little voice will say, and you'll go, okay, rethink it, okay, maybe I go this way. But you have to go out there and, as they say, put your toe in the water.
Right. Yeah, you definitely have to explore, but you have to be present to the messaging, right? So before we go, are there any last words you want to share with our viewers?
I want everyone to listen. Listen to the person that is right across from you. Listen. Get their essence. Listen to the world. Take a walk. Listen to nature. Listen, be present, get off your phones.
Yeah, that's a great message.
Listen. And I'd like everyone to be able to read. Please pick up Black Pearl and Savannah Seas. It's a series of 7 on Amazon and available on Barnes & Noble. And tune in to the Cynthia Manion Show, Wednesdays at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, available on LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, X, Instagram. And check in open. Share, like, and give this woman a hug because she's amazing.
Oh my gosh, I wish I could hug you across the table. But that was so lovely.
Oh, it's a pleasure.
I could just talk to you all day.
I would like to. We'll have to make another appointment.
Okay, here we go. All right, everyone. Oh my gosh, I hope you enjoyed that. Cynthia Manion. Woo!
Thank you.
And once again, to follow her work, you can visit cynthiamanion.com and be sure to follow her on social media at Cynthia Manion. Once again, her novels Savannah Seas and Black Pearl are available now wherever books are sold. And as she mentioned, there's a whole series, and she's got the podcast, which you can listen to on any streaming platform. So stay tuned because there's more open when we return.
19.7% of Bronxites currently experience food insecurity. Meanwhile, instead of these nice, colorful foods, this is the best food that they have access to. If this sounds like you, there are a bunch of resources to get healthy food for free or cheap. If you want to help, you might consider donating or volunteering in one of these places. Community fridges like this one are all over the city, and allow New Yorkers to conveniently donate extra food to people who might need it. Go to this link and find your nearest one. Food banks and pop-up events like these provide millions of healthy meals to families in need. These organizations are distributing meals to Bronxites as we speak, and are always accepting donations and volunteers.
There's a new channel to explore, and it's bringing the classics back to life. During the day, relive the BronxNet originals that sparked conversations and built community. At night, dive into the hip-hop throwbacks that defined the generation. One destination, 2 powerful lineups. Now playing on Optimum Channel 952, Fios 2138, and streaming at BronxNet.tv. BX Legacy, where history meets the moment.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Open. Our next guest is a Brooklyn designer who's using fashion to empower youth through culture and comic book art. He's the founder and creative director of Be Brave by S.K. Wilbur, a brand making noise through vibrant backpacks and community workshops that celebrate Black heroes. And joining us to share his story and the mission behind Be Brave, please welcome Wilbur Pack Jr.
Thank you so much.
Hello and welcome.
Hello.
I got to tell you, I am so looking forward to diving into this conversation because, as you heard in the previous segment, we are making it our business to make sure that we are represented.
Yes. Very
Right?
important.
Yes, and represented comes in the form of us at the end of the day being people of color.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And then there's this, our current administration, with regards to, I guess what they deem relevant in being historical.
Well, they're erasing us.
Okay. You're just putting it out there.
That's right.
Okay. And so, I want to talk a little bit about your development and how you came to incorporate your bag making together with your social relevance in making sure that we're passing it on to the next generation.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah,
So-
I know you're very passionate about it. I see it
I'm
in your
very
face.
passionate,
And
yes.
I read through some of your stuff, and I see what you're doing, and I think it's wonderful, and I think it's brilliant. I think it's clever. It's
Thank
very
you.
clever, and of course, it's visually stimulating. So who doesn't want to walk around with a funky-looking bag?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it started when I was just a college freshman. I took my first Black Studies course. I learned about all of these amazing, wonderful change makers and artists and activists, and my head was blown away. And I said, oh my goodness, this is such incredible information. But then in the next thought, I thought, how come I'm just learning about these people? I'm 17 years old. How come this hasn't been part of my education all along?
Right.
And that stayed with me. And a few years ago, I got the opportunity to create something where I could tell the stories of people who look like us, who have done amazing things in this country, but we don't learn about it in school. And I decided to use comic book art because I love comics. I love color. I love the vivid, bold brightness of what comic books are. And so I created these backpacks and t-shirts that share these stories through comic book art.
And so, all right, so we're going to dive a little deeper into all of this, but I do want to just come back to the fact that you not having any inkling about any of these individuals until you got into college, and what that felt like for you, right? Knowing that throughout your adolescence and your teens, you weren't really taught the impact or the contributions that we've had within the United States and abroad.
Exactly. And so what I think happens is that when we don't learn these stories of heroes who look like us, we don't know how great we can be or how great we can become, and that there is not necessarily a blueprint, but there are people who have paved the way for us to be great. And so when we have that kind of information, it allows us to think freely and broadly about what we want to contribute to the world. When we say, I want to become an astronaut, for instance, there are Black people who have been astronauts, who have gone to the moon, who have traveled in space that we don't learn about. And so telling these stories allows us to dream bigger and bolder and walk in the fullness of our own lives.
Yeah, again, this also loans itself to the psyche, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Of holding what establishes your self-worth,
Right.
because it does play on it. It plays on it.
Yes.
Because if you're not seeing yourself, then you don't think that you deserve to be in certain spaces.
Absolutely.
right?
Yes.
And so, so let's talk about comic books and why comic books, aside from the fact that you love comic books.
So, throughout the history of comic books, there have been black superheroes. But I wanted to take it a step even further in telling the stories of actual superheroes, people who have lived but don't get the shine. And so we know about Wakanda Forever.
Right, Black Panther is,
we know about that, but we don't know about women like Fannie Lou Hamer.
Right.
We don't learn about people like Medgar Evers or Bayard Rustin, people who did not wear capes, people who did not have superhuman strength, but were superhuman in their own right. And so that kind of quality is in all of us. We all have our own superpower, and sort of using comic book art to say, this is what you can do. This is your superpower.
And so I'm reading the messaging here, and it says, together we will change the world. Social justice, hero, justice, united. And we have a bright future ahead of us. And this is language that we're declaring into the universe so that we can manifest it.
Manifest, yes.
Yes. Yes, we're all on the same frequency here in today's show.
Yes, we are.
Right? And so I hope our audience is also picking that up, because it's so important for us to continue having these conversations, not from the perspective of scarcity, but more so from the perspective of possibility, which is what we're discussing right now. And so the idea is that we have the next generation wearing these backpacks on their back, going to school, and now it creates a conversation.
Right. So I like to say that our ancestors possibly picked cotton and carried it on their backs, but now we carry the stories of our ancestors on our backs.
That's brilliant. That's brilliant. I love that. And then, of course, just because we're going to do some name dropping, I know you have some celebrities that have endorsed your product. I mean,
Whoopi Goldberg.
Look at her. Look at that.
Yes.
That is, and of course, because she's like that. She's all about, social justice.
Yes, absolutely.
And so, what was that like? Meeting her.
Oh my God. I mean, I can't even put it into words what that moment meant for me to see her photographed with my backpack. It was, and I'm going to tell you, it did not happen very easily. It was trial after trial after trial until I finally was able to connect with her.
To get her to endorse it, so that there's this understanding of its relevance and its validity, right? Yes. Unfortunately, we live in a society where certain faces need to be attached in order to intrigue, individuals who wouldn't normally consider the importance of learning the history, right? Which leads me to your transformation agents, right? Is that, no, what do you call them? History agents.
History agents. Yeah. So I have young people who tell the stories using performing arts, rap, spoken word, dance, and they create these pieces. They have video content on my website, bebravebackpacks.com, and they tell the stories of people like Dr. King, of Fannie Lou Hamer, of Tamika Mallory, who is a contemporary agent, not agent, but hero. She's a contemporary hero. So we tell the stories not just of our history, but of what's happening in the world right now.
And so, and he's just naming a few, right? Because I was going through the website, and what I found it fun because they're also drawn in comic book form.
Yes.
And they're also narrated by like-minded individuals, meaning the next generation, right? Because the next generation listens to the next generation.
Exactly.
They don't want to hear anything come from us. I know, I'm a mother. So I'm like, anything I say, it doesn't register the same way somebody her age, it says it. So, so I want to say I'm really excited to have you here on the show, and this conversation, we can keep going on and on. Before we run out of time, I want to introduce like why it's so important for people to not only pay attention to the messaging that's going on with the book bags, but to also stimulate the economy by shopping locally, right?
Yes.
Because we have to support our local economy.
Yes.
Because that's also
Absolutely.
part of
It's
the
definitely
movement.
part of it. Yes,
Yeah.
yes. I'm just a small Black-owned business, you know, trying to do good in the world. And the more support I get, the more I can do good in the world. And so it's just important to continue to circulate those dollars within our own communities.
That's how we gain the power.
Exactly.
Right. 'Cause
Yes.
that's what we're dealing with.
Exactly.
Financial dominance. And so, moving on from that topic, in closing, I know you offer workshops. So, and again, that's passing it on to the next generation. So,
Absolutely.
how do you conduct them? Like, who do you partner up with?
So I have workshops where we combine education. I'm there for the education part, and then I have partners who help me with performing arts, whether it's rap, spoken word, dance, step. We also have a podcasting partner that we tell the stories, and we allow the young people involved in the workshops to shape the story themselves, like using our history to shape the stories of today. And we also have visual art. So if you like drawing, or if you like that kind of fine art, like Nick just showed us, then I invite those young people to become involved also. I offer these workshops through schools, through organizations like Boys and Girls Club. And so, yes, this is a way to really bring young people in and make it very engaging.
Yeah, and accessible.
Yes.
Engaging is definitely the key word, though, because that's how you're going to get them to
Right.
really retain.
Exactly.
Because that's the idea,
Yes.
and to understand that it matters, that we matter
Absolutely.
to each other.
Yes.
Awesome.
Yes.
I appreciate you.
Thank you.
We
I
acknowledge your work.
appreciate you too.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes.
Everyone, once again, Wilbur, and to learn more, you can visit BeBraveBackpacks.com. And of course, follow them on Instagram at BeBraveBackpacks and on TikTok as well. All right, stay tuned. Our Open Artist Spotlight is coming up next.
What's up, creative family? Discover your voice with BronxNet Community Media Classes. Are you ready to bring your ideas to life? At BronxNet, we offer television production classes for community members ages 18 and over, empowering you to share your vision with the world. Get certified in field production, in-studio production, and our new exciting addition, podcast production. Once certified, you can create your own show to air on one of our 6 TV channels. It all starts with our free Unleash Your Ideas Masterclass, designed to help you plan your show idea and set you up for success on your production journey. This class is offered at the beginning of each month for your convenience. Our dedicated BronxNet team is here to support, encourage, and uplift you every step of the way. Join us and become a part of the creative force that engages and inspires the Bronx community and beyond. Sign up today and start your media journey with BronxNet. Visit bronxnet.org/education to learn more and register. Let's create something amazing together.
Sent from the future to save the past, heal the planet and make it last. We find solutions with knowledge slides. Venture forth, echo leaders unite. Echo leaders, echo leaders.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Open. So from heartbreak to healing, our next guest transforms our personal experiences into powerful R&B anthems that hit you right in the corazón. And with Bronx roots, a breakout year, and a sound that fuses soulful melodies with bold visual storytelling, he's quickly becoming a voice to watch in today's music scene. And sharing the creative journey behind his latest track, we welcome singer-songwriter Saay Park.
Hi, how are you?
Good. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Nice to be here.
And we are so excited to get to know you better, right? Because we have this wonderful relationship with the Bronx Summer Jam,
Yes.
right? Where you just recently
I
part
just
of that.
performed there, yeah.
Right. That's how you got to us,
Yes,
right? Through
yes, yes.
Fernando.
Through Fernando, yeah.
Yeah, I want to shout them out. Well, because you know what? The idea really is all of us working together and understanding that we have so many different voices and we have so many talented individuals. And so we're excited to showcase them here and put you guys on record in the
appreciate it.
process. So let's talk about the Summer Jam first. How was that?
So Summer Jam was actually pretty dope. This is my second year
Yeah,
doing it. It was really good. This year I was able to bring out my dancers. We did the thing. I mean, and the funny thing about it is that I didn't really get to finish my set because the top of the venue blew off. So
The top of the
yeah, the top of the venue blew off. So
we're talking about the park, people. Just because we're not talking about an actual brick and mortar.
yeah, it's this thing. Yeah, so the top of the venue blew off, but it was really dope. It was really nice to be back. You know, I enjoyed myself.
Okay, wait. I just got a visual of that. Okay, so a whole tent just
just blew off.
blew off. Was
Yeah.
it raining that day?
No, not at all. Not
But
at all.
where
It
did
just
that-
randomly, the wind randomly came out of nowhere, and just blew it off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so, and you didn't keep going. You had to.
The set was finished from there, but it
Okay.
was fine because everyone, they clapped it up for us crazy, so it was really good.
That's
really good.
interesting.
Yeah.
Maybe the next time we have Fernando on, he'll bring the footage so we can see it, right? It's like, oh my, what does that mean? Like, what kind of
right.
message were you receiving in that moment?
For me, honestly, I just kind of felt like we were so good that we just blew everything up.
I love that.
That's how I looked at
We
it.
blew it all away.
We blew it away.
That's wonderful. So let's talk about your process, because I found that in researching you, you're very philosophical within the way you approach
Thank you.
your storytelling as well as your creations. So you just mentioned you have your dancers with you.
Yeah.
So let's talk about like all the things you have your hands in
So
and the philosophy behind it.
So
Yeah.
I'm a music artist, right? I'm a singer, I'm a songwriter, but I'm also a dancer. I was a dancer first before I actually started doing music full time. So I mean, when it comes to like performances, when it comes to sets, like I'm a visual person. Like even when I listen to instrumentals and things like that, I listen to it for performance aspect, right? When it comes to like writing music, I use a lot of like inspiration from like my friends, my own relationships that I've had, and I just kind of am able to blend my sound with the instrumental so well that everyone just vibes to it, you know?
And again, I introduced you in going from heartbreak into right. So because I'm really referencing the emotional intelligence.
okay.
Oh, yeah, I know.
Okay.
They're coming to me as I'm speaking. I'm like the emotional intelligence behind the narrative and why that is your angle.
I don't know. Maybe it's for me. I think it's just because in college I was an English major, so a lot of like my writing is very like nuanced in sounding proper. You know, so I'm guessing maybe that's where that comes from. I assume. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. And then the sound. Let's talk about that.
My sound, honestly, when I first started doing music, my sound was all over the place. I was nitpicking at different things to see what worked. As time went on and as I found myself, you know, as an artist, I kind of honed in on what I wanted to do. This most recent song I have, another breakup song, it's a love letter to like Jersey music, like Jersey club music. I've always wanted to kind of tackle something like that. So I kind of felt like this would be the right time. It's the summertime, everyone can vibe. It's a heartbreak song, but it's still so upbeat that like you don't even notice that it's a heartbreak song.
All right, so you brought in Jersey into the conversation. So I'm like, you're a Jersey boy.
I'm not. I'm
like, Jersey music. Okay, so what's different about their sound?
no. I mean, I was born and raised in the Bronx.
Okay.
Okay. I'm a Bronx head.
Yeah,
you
but
know.
I'm saying, are you? You know, we are born and raised in certain boroughs, and then we move on. So I'm just curious if you.
No, I mean
okay.
Jersey. I just enjoy the music there. You know, I enjoy like how how outrageous they can be.
Oh,
So
no offense, Jersey. We're not trying to.
So I wanted to.
It's not about offending. It's
No,
just
not
about
at all.
like it's
Yes.
about culture,
Yes,
right?
yes, there we go.
Right. So go ahead.
I wanted to encompass that. So when I originally heard this instrumental, this beat, I was like, oh, this is crazy. I have to get on this. I have to do something on this. And as I kept listening to it, everything just flowed out. Honestly, it didn't even take me long to write this record. So.
Yeah, no, I just find it fascinating how when you're, I guess, inspired, you kind of go in whatever direction you're being called to. So I'm always curious to know, like, what pulled you over there?
Honestly, I just wanted to do a Jersey house record. That was really it. Like, there's no long backstory on it. I really just wanted to tackle like a Jersey club record, and everything just came together, honestly.
Like, there's no experience, there was no love that came from Jersey.
All right, if you want the real
Yes,
story,
please, yes.
All right, I was dating someone from New Jersey, and you know, we stopped dealing with one another, and that's kind of how I was able to write the song. To kind of let them know, like, yes, this is another breakup song, but like, I just want to let you know that like, I'm not in my bag about it, you're in your bag about it. So that's basically where it came from.
I love that. I love that. No, but hey, wait a second. That's how fierce you are, okay? Because you were like, you know what? We're gonna break up, and I'm gonna do it in a song.
Absolutely.
That lives forever, even though I've moved on.
Absolutely.
Okay. See, I know I would get the truth out. So what are you gonna be presenting for us today?
So today I'm performing another breakup song for you guys.
Another breakup song?
Well, that's the name of the record.
That's the name of the record, right? I'm like, not another one, wait, that's the title.
That's what I'm performing, yes.
So once again, shut up.
You are funny.
No, I'm funny. It's like, all right, so we're going to shout out Jersey.
You're right.
From the, all right, with love from El Bronx. All right, so is there any last words you want to share with our viewers?
I just want to thank you guys for having me. Again, you guys can find me everywhere, Saay Park, SAAYPARK. I also want to big up my country. I'm from Belize, so I want to big up Belize. It's a very small community, very small niche community, but I wanted to encompass that as well.
Oh my gosh! All right, so just because you brought up Belize, I know that there's a festival, right?
Park Fest.
Yeah,
Yes.
Park Fest. Is that coming up?
In September.
In September, yeah. No, we got to shout that out.
Absolutely.
Because,
Oh, yes,
again,
absolutely.
this is about, making sure that our cultures are visible and
Absolutely.
that they're accessible.
Absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely.
So it's in September where?
It's going to be in Brooklyn. So I think it's like the same weekend as Labor Day weekend. is when it's
Labor Day
gonna be.
weekend. Okay, yeah, that's the
Independence for everybody.
Got it. All good. And bueno, we're gonna get a taste of you here
Yes,
today on
absolutely.
Open. All right, so stay tuned because Saay Park is gonna perform for us after the break.
Hey.
You don't want to miss. All right.
We're gonna start the show right now. This is my favorite part. Ready in 5, 4, 3, 2. Hey, this is Angel, and I am one of the instructors for the in-studio production. Here at BronxNet, we offer classes that can help you elevate, expand, and start your television career. All you have to do is sign up at bronxnet.org/education. For the past 7 years, I have been in various productions, spanning from talk shows, independent films, news reports, art displays, teachings, musical performances, and many more. Ain't that right, Angel? Yeah, you're absolutely right, Angel. There are a lot of creative individuals that we're just waiting to sign up for the class. And if I may, can I also express Thank you, Angel. That's all the time we have left. Visit BronxNet.org/education and become a producer by taking the course. The class I offer is also in English, en español y también bilingüe. Nos vemos en la próxima.
Hey everyone, and welcome back here now to perform his latest single, another breakup song. Let's give it up for Saay Park.
Hey, hey, a little energy from you guys, just a little bit of energy,
Okay.
Thank you. Hey, BronxNet, thank you for having me. So right now, you can pack your stuff and get out. Yeah, you better watch your mouth. Heard you was just with me for clout. Oh wow, you're cool. Got all these bros all on you. You gonna be looking like a fool. Cause ain't nobody checking for you. You can tell her, baby, what's the use? I'm so over you. Checking up the doors. This another breakup song. This another breakup song. You're in your Louis, your duffel, your Birkin bag. Middle finger to anyone doing hard on my sleeve. Who's gonna come and rescue me? Falling in love is history. Mama, what about me? Who'd you be? That's on me. Call me up. Tell me you didn't mean to mess up. Tell me I'm the only one that you love. Tell me I'm dreaming, can I wake up? Wake up. You can tell her, baby, what's the use? I'm so over you. Chucking up the doors. This another breakup song. This another breakup song. You're in your Louis, your duffel, your Birkin bag. Middle finger to anyone doing you wrong. This another break, and this another breakup song. You're in your Louis, your duffel, your Birkin bag. Middle of another breakup song. Listen, another breakup song. Hey, energy. Hey, energy. BronxNet, thank you so much. Thank you.
Saay Park, everyone! Woo! Yes,
Thank you, guys.
energy. Right. All right, once again, another breakup song is out now, and it's out now on all streaming platforms. And don't forget to follow Saay Park on Instagram at Saay, with 2 A's, Saay Park. And bueno, mi gente. That's our show today. Thanks to all our guests for coming through and to your viewers for tuning in. If you missed any part of the show, you can check out this episode throughout the weekend and 24 hours a day at BronxNet.tv. I'm Rhina Valentin, and from all of us here at Open, may the universe provide paz, prosperity, y amor. Adios, everybody. Yes. All right. Yeah.